Hello guys, welcome to GoMonkeyKane's Coding Lab, and today we're gonna write a very simple minimalist command line interface browser that would support two kind of sort of features. The first feature would be just to display the textual content, and the second feature would be to download the file using the appropriate link for that. So without further ado, let's jump in. And as many of you probably know, that I'm a big fan of web scraping, so in many respects this kind of video would really look like my other scraping videos, and the browser itself is more like just a way to apply some scraping skills rather than creating like a production ready software or something like that. So I would like I'd like you to observe this video as some sort of scraping tutorial maybe. So bearing that in mind, if you still want to follow this, let's actually jump in. So as usual, we need to import the requests library and the beautiful soup to parse the HTML response. So from BS4 import beautiful soup, and well, that's enough for now. And I did think for a while what would be the best way to go with this video, and I decided to go the object-oriented way to make code a little bit more clean. So let's define the class called browser, and the very first method here would be well, let's call this fetch URL, and it would just take the self instance, the self object instance, and the URL itself. Let's just pass for now, and there would be a couple of more methods. So some method to view the response. Well, let's call this parse content, parse and view. Maybe call this display page. And also this would have the self, and well, probably the HTML page itself. Okay, and def download file, and this one would have actually self and file content, and what else? And the file name. Okay, let's do first the file name here. File name and the file content. Okay. And now a little driver program here. So if name is equal to main, so let's create a browser instance. Browser is equal browser, and let's try to call the fetch URL browser fetch URL and the URL. So well, let's go for github.com for instance. So https, don't need www, just github .com, and here first let's just print the URL. And okay, this was my tasks from the code I've written just before this video to test how actually this would kind of look like, what we're supposed to do in this video. Okay, so Python 3, how did I call the file? Oh, my browser.py. Okay, Python 3 browser.py. Probably the terminal opened in the wrong location. Okay, so here we just see the link we're supposed to retrieve, and here actually we want to create the response object, which is equal to requests.get and the URL itself. And let's just print the response.text for a while, just to make sure it makes the GET request. Okay, it does. So this is kind of great. Okay, but the problem here, if we just malform somehow the link, or maybe the resource doesn't exist, doesn't matter at the moment, it would actually throw an exception and exit from the program. So what we need here is just to wrap this response into the try-catch into the try-catch construction. Yes, so I just want to try here. Not try catch, sorry, it's not Java, try accept, and here I just print couldn't failed fetch, and the URL itself basically. Sorry guys, just hold on a sec. I got a message from my Upwork contract. Hold on a sec. Okay guys, sorry if I've been distracted for a while. So here we want actually to return something from the fetch URL method, and if we don't, if we actually fail to fetch the URL that we want to return none here, and otherwise, if actually we did succeed to make that GET request, then we want to return the response object. Okay, so here, so if actually we make like response is equal browser fetch URL, and we want to print the response, it would be either, okay, does my camera view always on top? Okay, so we would have in return either none, like right now, okay, or if the URL is okay, then we would actually have the response object, which is what we need here. So, and by this we would actually be able to distinguish what particular method to call here. So we would be calling display page or download file if it's not if it's not none, but if it's none, that's not what we actually need there. Okay, but that would be a little bit later on. So now we need actually to, okay, just wondering regarding the commentaries. Maybe let me just put the commentaries along the way. So I'm not really going to provide the documentation for this class, but still at least trying to command it somehow. So let's call this make HTTP GET request, and here just parse content and pretty print it to screen. And here I just want to download the file from URL. Let's just keep this download the file. Okay. So let's call this, yeah, basically response as well. Okay. Now we want to call the browser dot display page. It's maybe not the best ever name for this method. So print page, display page. Okay, let's just keep this as display page, and we want to path the response dot text, and this would be here. This would be the HTML. So just want to print the HTML here, and we should see the HTML response. Okay. Now it's time to make a soup with a beautiful soup. So I create the content equal to beautiful soup HTML, and XML parser is used to parse the content. So here we want to parse the content. And the thing we need to do next is actually we need to recursively iterate over the tags within the content, and then we need to select only those tags that actually that kind of contain text. And you might wonder that why I'm not using here the standard get text function from Beautiful Soup, and the reason for that is just because when you're using the get text standard Beautiful Soup method, it actually returns all the text, and it also returns the scripts from the script tag. So like kind of the scripts themselves are considered to be the content, and some other limitations which I don't really like. So here I'd like to implement my own version of kind of get text, and I also want to print what I get along the way. So what we are supposed to do here is called to loop over content tags recursively, and there is a nice method called recursive child generator. So I say here for tag in content yes, recursive child generator. Let's just try to print tag. I'm not sure, maybe if I didn't forget anything. I'm not sure if we need actually to find all where or not. Is not iterable. I'm not sure, maybe just content find all. Okay. I'm sorry guys, just misspelled the name. I mean, it didn't misspell it. This is actually the function here. So okay, now it works pretty well. And now the point is, we need to find the tags that don't have a name, and those are basically not really the tags, those are the text variables, but they're considered here to be the tags. So I just want to say that if tag.name, every tag has the name attribute, so like if this is the link, it would be the A tag, if this is the paragraph, this would be the P tag, and so on. So if tag.name is none, in this case we want to print the tag itself. Okay, and now let's actually try to do this. But here, as you can see, it's here's lots of empty spaces, so we want to ignore them. But on the other hand, it kind of prints all the text elements from this side. So I also want to say if okay, hold on, let me think. Tag.name is none. Yeah, so if not, tag is space like this. Let's print the tag. Okay, so now we actually got rid of those nasty new line fades. Okay. And to make also well, it's probably also print in some scripts here and the styles as well. So we want to, well, you know, like first when I was writing this stuff, first I tried actually not the GitHub but the Google, and that's I'll show you why at the moment. So I'll just try the Google for now. And so here, as you can see, we have the script, and also we have the styles. So in order to just kind of get rid of that, so here we say if tag dot parent, and this is important for the tag itself is actually text. So if tag dot parent is not equal to script, then print tag. And hopefully we won't see. Okay, still see them. It's not really that great. Oh, not the tag parent, but tag parent.name. Okay. So now we got rid of those scripts, and also we need to get rid of the styles. So, and tag. Okay, maybe just this tag parent. Let's make a separate variable here. Parent is equal. So if parent is not equal to script, and parent is not equal to style, then we want to print the tag. Okay, now it looks much better. And also we want to get rid of this HTML. I'm not really sure why it appears here, but well, the way to get rid of this and is kind of simple. So we say and tag is not equal to HTML. I'm not sure why that HTML appears, to be honest, but that's the way how we can actually get rid of that, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's have some commentaries. So this if tag name is none means that we gonna find the tag that has no children, so it's the leaf node tag. So if found leaf node tag and it's not empty. Well, it doesn't matter, empty string or new line, let's just call it it's not empty. Then we want to extract the parent name. Okay, sorry guys, my work contract is torturing me. Hold on a sec, please. Okay, my teammate is telling me that our client is happy with the result that I've produced today and well the last week basically, so well, it's kind of good news. Okay, so extract parent tag name, and here we want to ignore script style tags, and also ignore this HTML value. Well, I'm not going to comment that, but just leave this as is for a while. And also what we need to do next is actually I'm sorry for this Ukrainian language here. For some reason I don't ever use either Russian or Ukrainian, but the point is, well, when Google can see my IP address and he sees that I'm from Ukraine, that's why he returns this Ukrainian language. So just ignore this. I'm not sure. Well, I will definitely show you the response with the normal English language. For now, please observe this just simply as the layout, so just doesn't matter about what is here. It's kind of Google search, pictures, maps, YouTube, news, Gmail, Google Disk, calendar, show more, web search, history, settings, sign in, and set, etc. So that's not really much interesting information here. Okay, and I want to print actually the length of the parents that the particular tag have. So I'm not sure. So tag dot, maybe just dot parents like this. I'm not sure. Let me just quickly check this out. Generator has no length. Okay. Okay, and this numbers over here is kind of the number of the parent tags for each particular kind of value here. And now we want to place the number. Now we want, say, 4 spaces, 7 spaces, 8 spaces, and etc. So we want to replace these numbers with the corresponding number of spaces. And to do this, so first, let's actually take this cut for now. So we only need, so how to call this, the length indent. Let's call this indent is equal like this, and we need actually only the length of the indent. Let's call this indent length like this. Okay. Okay. for indent for space in range of from 0 to indent. Okay, maybe I just take this value over here. Oh my god, that's so copy. Just paste here. Okay, so we'll create the indent variable like this. Here we want indent plus equals space, and now we actually can print indent plus tag, and I hold my breath and run this, and yeah, it seems like what we actually want to see here. Okay, so now let's actually see the GitHub. Again, it has kind of more tags. So GitHub. Okay, so this is much better. Okay, let's open the full screen here. Okay. So, well, this looks like pretty cool. Okay, so the next thing we need here is we actually want to distinguish the links from all the other tags, and here we would just say if parent is equal to a, which is a link or a tag, then we want actually to print, okay, just so otherwise in all the other cases but the link will use just the format that we have already used, but if this is the link, we want the same indentation, but here we want to make print some square bracket plus like this, and we also want to see the tag not parent and the href attribute, and let's see what we got here. Okay, so we also want some space, and maybe we'll make it like here. And just to make it a little bit more prettier, let's enclose the link into this sort of brackets here. Angle brackets, not sure how is that called. Okay, now it looks like a bit more prettier here. So we will be able just to see the link, to kind of grab it and copy paste here to the browser and just recursively navigate there. Okay, so is the display actually complete, at least accordingly how I would love to see that. Okay, let's try to see a bit more specific URL. Here I use the one-time scrapers repository of my own creation. Okay. Download. Okay, and here we have the download zip. The download zip, which we would use as well here. Well, Okay, it's a bit different from what I've been doing while writing some tests before ever recording this video, but still this is just fine. Okay, so well, basically now we can see the content correctly, and now let's implement the download file. The download file logic here. Let me think. So the file content is actually the response, right? Okay. Open. So we use the file name, and we want to write the bytes, not just simply write the text. As download file. And now we need to iterate over the response content. And well, let's actually make here, let's use the response object here just to make it a bit more clear. And we actually want to loop over the chunks of the response content. So for chunk in response iterate content, and we need to specify the chunk size to 128. I'm not sure how the chunk size is defined. Maybe like this simply. I'm not sure, but okay, let's try. So now we want the download file. Download file to write the chunk like this. Okay, I hold my breath and try to actually download the file, but before that, just quickly check for the download link here. It seems like a bit of too much content here. I'm not sure. Not really that sure about that. Okay, so where is the download link? Okay, here it is. So I'm gonna make this for a while. We'll just try the browser. Download file. And the file name will be, let's call this stats.zip. And the response. Okay. Okay, now hold my breath and try to run this. And you mean nothing happens, right? Okay guys, hold on a sec, I just need to check out one little thing here. Okay guys, actually everything was working just correctly, and here is our file task.zip that contains the repository of one-time scrapers, and all the files are kind of over in here. The problem is that the Xeditor doesn't show zip files here for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly, but actually, using this downloader, we can also just rename this to test.html. We can also download. Yeah, here I was testing the downloaded content actually. So we can also use it to download the page that we're now watching. And here, the test.html is actually, if we just open this app, then we would see the GitHub page of my repo here without any CSS classes or things like that. Okay. I just want to see this file. Okay. For some reason, yeah, for some reason it shows it quite pretty actually. Maybe just that's because of the pre-cached stuff. Like maybe the CSS in JavaScript has been pre-cached already. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. Well, actually, it can this sort of download file function, this method can be also used to download the single HTML files. So, well, basically, whatever response you have, you can actually download that as a file, and you just need to specify the extension here, the file name, the path, and the extension. Okay, so download the file. So here, just let's add a couple of commentaries. So open file stream to write raw bytes, and that's quite important. Okay, and now we need to actually loop over response content and write a chunk of data. So I'm not sure that this 100 to 128 is probably stands for bytes. I'm not sure. Probably this stands for bytes, but I'm not sure, so I won't be claiming that. Okay, so basically this is kind of it. Okay, let's make a couple commentaries here. So try to fetch URL and return none. Failed. Get response. That's just okay. Return response object. Okay. Okay, a couple more commentaries here. So calculate indentation for each tag. Distinguish. I'm not sure if I did spell the distinguish word correctly. Hold on a sec, guys. I just need to check that out quickly. I feel like there might be a grammar mistake there. Probably not. Okay. Okay, distinguish links from other tags. Okay, this looks a bit better. Okay, and finally we need to make kind of some sort of the infinite loop to either navigate, browse the web, or to download something. So after we've created the browser, so what we want here is actually say like, okay, maybe, you know, we can actually implement this as the run method of the browser. Display page, yes, actually make it so run browser loop def run, so it would only have the self object, and that's it. Okay, so let's say well true like this, and user input is equal input. Let's call this browse. Say if user input is equal to exit, and then we just return. We can actually just break out of the loop. Okay, let's quickly check test this out as well. So say browser dot run. Okay, so just print exit, and we just exit from the program. Okay, that's great. So and now we would need to use some sort of the format to actually distinguish the fetch from the download. So we want either to fetch the page or to download the page. So let me think how to make it a bit in a more appropriate way. So okay, elif okay, so we want actually to split the user input. So we call this the command is equal command is equal user input. I'll show you what I mean, guys, just in a second. User input dot split, and we would be splitting just by the spaces. We want the very first element, the index 0. Then the URL would always be the second, and the last thing we would need actually the file name, right? File name would be the third. Okay, but file name is not to be extracted here, so okay, so elif command is equal to fetch. So for now just print fetch URL and the URL that we have provided here. So URL, probably had to enclose this to the try except constraint, but hold on a sec. Okay, fetch URL. Let's just keep this for now. Okay, elif command is equal to download, print download and file, and the file name downloading data from the URL, and the URL as file and the file name. So URL and the file name. Okay, now it would be throwing the index errors in case if there won't be the corresponding element of the particular index. But let me just quickly check this out. So if I just print whatever, okay, so where did he come to? URL. Okay, so he already can't fetch the URL. Okay, so let's try accept. Here we'll give a little hint. So let's call this usage. Fetch URL example. Get. No, just fetch. And and here I would use my one-time scrapers. So I remember the link. Come. Okay, let's just give this to download the HTML file. Okay, so first, so just print some nonsense here. That means that we actually didn't provide the URL. So if we just say fetch and whatever nonsense, so he just tries to fetch the URL, and that's good. He would throw another exception if he can't actually do that. And what do we have? We want to download whatever. So index is out of range. So here, I actually want to try to find the file name, and we want to accept, just print, you need, it's better, you need to provide a file name. An example. Download. Where's paper assignment? Okay. Okay, and here we want to continue. So in order not to get away from the loop, just want to continue. Okay. Okay, just download and the file name. What? That's a bit strange. Okay. Okay, let's just... Okay. So why doesn't he pass me through? Don't understand that. Oh, it's not 3, it's actually 2. Okay, no, it doesn't work still. Okay. So why does he accept here? Okay, hold on. Just wanna... I don't understand anything here. I don't understand what's going on. Let's see what kind of sort of exception I see throw in here. Oh, I just need to... Oh god, I just need to... Okay. Of course. To reload the script, okay. Downloading data, okay. And just don't have anything here. You need to provide a file name, okay. Okay, let me just check that out for the download link. To make sure that's correct. Okay. Just copy link address here. Could have use this as the class inner fill, but probably won't be doing that. Okay. Okay, let's try to exit. Okay. So why does he? I don't understand why it actually brings this usage stuff here. Okay, that's because I need to put this first. Okay. This case. Okay, so it's a bad idea. Can't do it like that. So just exit and that's fine. Okay, and browse and fetch. Something has gone wrong. Okay, again, fetch. Okay. 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 Okay, so the examples are a bit wrong. So we need to say download. And ods.zip. Okay, just grab this entire one. Browse again. So okay. Let's actually try to use this example here. Okay, just to make sure the folder is empty, and downloading data. This file should be path there instead of the is as file. Yeah, but nothing happens. Probably I didn't yet provide the download functionality. Okay. Let's make a path like this. Okay. Let's skip the path. Okay. Okay. And now it's actually time to connect the methods. So oneself, what's that called? Display page. Well, let's basically call it fetch. Okay, let's just keep these guys download and fetch to be the same as the commands to use. Fetch URL. Let's call this just simply get. Maybe not the response, but simply solve fetch self get the URL. And one more thing here. Okay, I do want to implement the what? Oh my god, what have I done? That's because I didn't specify the URL. So another test. So hold on guys, just need to find out how to make this. Okay, so probably I'll simply try to put the entire stuff into the try part here. try this one more time. So it gives the example, the fetch example. Okay. Now let's try this fetch. So copy and paste. Come on, what do you like? What you don't like here? Okay, I understand. So this line fails actually to complete, and so that's because we need to post the text. Okay, text. Let's try this. Still it's wrong. Okay. Yeah, guys, that's the reason why I hate writing some kind of complete software products, even being that simple. Okay. Let's try make a response. Self get URL and print response text. Oh, it's not exactly what I meant. Okay, Python browser. Okay. So, okay. Now, says if response. We want to check for the status code here. Well, basically we don't. Just try self fetch response text. Well, it's not really fetch, it's probably parse. It's better to call this parse. Better to call this one actually fetch. Okay. Okay. Finally I got what I really wanted to see here. Okay, now I just want to check one more thing. So, okay, so if we just paste the URL that doesn't exist, so he says the failed to fetch URL. Okay, so one little more thing here. Say if response is none, I want to continue loop. It's not exactly. actually failed to fetch. Did it actually say that it failed to fetch? Okay, it should fail somewhere else, I'm not sure. Okay, now he just kinda tells us that it fails to fetch the URL. How do white print and all the rest stuff here? Okay. So print and shit gives me this exception, okay. So it prints that it failed to fetch URL, okay. Let's actually try this. Accept. Okay, now this is good. Okay, and this is Google. Okay, so this would be the very last version. Okay, so failed to parse URL. Okay, this is just good. Well, maybe just like this, and here we can actually not really. In that case, I don't need to return none, we can just post probably. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's not really failed to fetch here, but just I leave this like that. Okay, so let's add some commentaries. So unique user input and user input string basically. Parse user input string. actually user URL like this. Case download command. Okay. User file name, and hopefully here want to make the same as here, so I'm going to try to download the URL. Okay. So just download. It has to give an error. Okay. Download something that doesn't exist. That's because I didn't specify the file name. Okay. Download something. Failed to download from this URL. Okay. And if finally, okay, just kick. Okay, no test.zip there. So finally, if I copy this. Oh, come on. Oh, that's because I didn't actually make. So the response is not available there apparently. I probably should have created another response object here. Just wondering why did it fail to download that. Okay, that's because we need to specify the file name here as well. Okay. Are you kidding me, man? Come on. What now? Hate product making. What's gonna run, man? What exception do you throw now? Goes for the usage example. Man, you're kinda fucking kidding me. Okay. Just hate that completely. Let's bring those posts. Okay, now I press it down data. So where that comes from? Oh man, it's not. Oh no, hold on a sec, this was actually correct. This was correct, okay. Yeah guys, I know this is probably the most boring video ever. I'm going mad already. Like this. So he shows the generator object, okay. So why can't you just go for self download response? Actually it didn't. Okay guys, just pause the video. I'm gonna get a fucking man now. Okay guys, finally I finished this weird stuff. Okay, so here is the code. So fetch user URL. Yeah. Download data from download file. So I just did put this arguments in the wrong order, and that's why I kind of couldn't pass this Trycatch part in the code. Okay, so let's have the final tests. So just save everything. Okay, just run the browser here. So here we have no file for a while. Let's try to download the example. So just copy and paste. So downloading data and done. And I just don't need print this debug information anymore. Just one more time. Downloading data. Okay, and here is our file. Checking this out. Okay, so seems like it works. Okay, just delete this. Try one more time. Okay, and we got this file. Okay, so the downloader kind of works. Well, this is actually pretty weird, to be honest, but still okay. And if we just still look for some fetcher here, so we can see this Google stuff. And okay, so Google is in Ukrainian. It's not really the best ever option, so let's try to fetch. Facebook would be Ukrainian as well, so what to choose? Okay, let's actually go to the GitHub, and I'd like to see the repositories tab. So if say I know https github.com and the user Maxim course, which is me. So I'm trying to look for the repositories here. Repositories. Oh, so these are the popular repositories. Well, I'm not really that sure about the format. Why does it look actually like this? But there should have been some repositories. Okay, so tab equals repositories. So if we just just have to make it one more time. So fetch https github.com sim course and tab equals to repositories. Okay, and here is the list of those. I'm not really sure about the new line feeds. Okay, let me see the Google's layout one more time. Well, the Google's layout seems to be just fine, while the GitHub is not really that great. It's a long story. Okay, well, let's try to fix one last thing if possible. It's probably and tag and new line not in tag. No, that would just skip. That would just skip that too much. It's probably wrong. Well, at least. Yeah, no, I just can't see the repositories actually. So maybe like tag is not equal the new line, maybe like this. Not sure that helps, but so these are apparently links. It's kind of too long. Okay, so this guy has some new lines. Okay, okay, not like this. Hold on, I just want to strip the new lines, like in here. Try to strip. Let's actually try to strip without specifying any arguments for now. Okay. Well, it seems like the layout looks a bit better, but what about the repositories themselves? Okay, yeah, here it is, 16 commits, so no new lines anymore. Maybe not the best ever kind of layout here, but still, this looks like to be a bit better. Well, some content might not be kind of represented properly. Well, but still, okay guys, I'm a bit tired for this session. Okay, so seems like this is it actually. So what I want to ask you for, I'm looking for some sort of a feedback, and like what's the problem? Let me just have my tea. I'm really thirsty after the end of after recording this video, after finishing recording this video. Okay, so like now you can actually compare like my one-time scraper series, where I just do everything, well, maybe not great, but at least like pretty fast and understand what am I doing and really kind of know how the result is going to be look like, things like that. And that is what I call applied programming, so like a task-driven programming and not the product-driven programming that we've been doing here now. And I'm still kind of struggling to choose what format exactly to choose for my future videos. So what I actually wanted to share with you is not much of creating a command line web browser, even though it's the format of the product that we've been creating in this video, but I just wanted to share some scraping techniques. And in this particular example, so what we did actually, we did this HTML get request, and then we did parse the content. And right here, what's the interesting thing from the web scraping perspective is this recursive child generator method here. So like we can recursively kind of follow all the tags within the within the document, and we can ignore the script and the style tags, which is quite pretty important. So I just want to tell you one more time that when you use the standard beautiful subscat text method, it would also get all the JavaScript that is available on the page along with the style text content. So that's a bit weird. So if you just really want to read only the text from the response, and if you really want to kind of read this in some sort of a pretty layout, so that's where the recursive child generator method is coming to be pretty handy. So guys, if you have time, please kind of spend a couple of minutes to write a commentary below this video and just answer the question. So which format do you like more? So do you like more when I'm doing things like one-time scrapers with an applied programming approach, or this weird product-oriented approach where I'm trying to make some sort of a product, even though it's being absolutely weird and it's not from the real world? Basically, you won't ever be using this kind of command line browser in your real life. Well, at least I believe so. At least I personally would have ever used this. So, well, probably I've already answered the question myself, so I don't really want to make things like this with this long videos and just, I don't know, don't really feel that comfortable when I say I'm writing some one-time scrapers. But from the other hand, writing one-time scrapers might be a bit boring, and that's another issue. So why am I doing this video? So I really want to share with you some sort of my inner flow that is being invoked during the programming process itself. So that's kind of something that when I personally watch some programming videos, especially like the tutorials by Traverse Media, I see like the guy's flow is so strong, and he knows what he does, and he does this pretty well and fast and so on, and he explains all the things along the way, and like kind of after following that video you feel like you learned something, and then you can apply that skills on your Upwork hourly paid jobs or whatever. That's actually well, at least that's my way of learning some new topics mostly. So leave your commentaries below the video, guys. I'm really tempted to read those. So what do you think about the format? And probably this is it. So until the next time, and take care.